So for example, here, welcome to HTML. It doesn't have any appearance. Font have first important attribute face. So I given as some Algerian regular, that is the font face. And you can see that font will apply to the text. You can see the font. Remember, you have to give the names very perfectly, exactly like this, including spaces and all. If you miss the spelling, if you miss the spaces, it will not work. So you have to define these fonts. Now, generally, one important question will be asked in interviews actually. So this is the font. We have brush script, empty, italic. Suppose I am writing here another font, brush script, empty, italic, like this. So that is the font face, and you can see that face is not working. Why it is not working? Because several fonts are there in your computer, but all these fonts are not recognized by your browsers. So if browser is not unable to recognize those, then it will not apply to that particular content. That is the reason in interviews they ask this question, right? The question is nothing but what are web safe fonts? Web safe fonts. That means if you are applying a special font and that font is not recognized by browser, then which font by default it will use? What are the web safe fonts? That means if any font you applied and that font is not there in the browser, then it cannot show in that style. Because sometimes what happens is we can download and install the fonts according to our requirements. You can download online, several fonts will be there, you can download and install them. But those fonts may not be available in other computers. And you are designing those fonts and other people cannot view those fonts. Then which font will be applied if there is no font installed? What are the default fonts? So that is the question, web safe fonts. That means you see I applied brush script empty, but brush script empty is not available. So it's changing into normal. What is this normal font? What it will apply? Actually, if that font is supported, it will apply. Suppose I said Arial and the font is supported, it will work. If the font is not supported, then it will take default font. The default fonts are sans serif. The default fonts are sans serif. We have serif, and we have monospace. These three are called as web safe fonts. In many interviews, they may ask you this question, what are web safe fonts? Can you name any of them? Sans serif, serif, and monospace. These are the fonts available across every browser. That means every browser will have these fonts. Every browser will have these fonts. That means even any type of operating system environment, every browser supports these fonts. If any font is not supported, then automatically first it will give priority to sans serif. If sans serif is not working, then it will go to serif, then monospace. There is no question like, so if they are not there, what will happen? Without these fonts, you cannot have your computer. So these fonts are standard. That means by default, your Windows or your Linux or Mac, those all uses these fonts. By default, these fonts will be available everywhere. Without a font, there cannot be a computer of software. So any operating system will have some default fonts. You cannot delete them also. These are called web safe fonts. That means if any font you applied and that font is not available, it will take this font. So that is font face. So what are the font faces, how you can apply? You can change for even one letter also. For example, you can change for entire or one sentence, one character. Suppose I want to change only for W. I will use only for the W character here. I am using for the W character. So let's open that list. Yeah. Only for the W character, I can apply that. So let's apply here the font only for that character. Yeah. So font and only for that particular character. You enclose there, and here you are defining font face is equal to some Algerian, so regular. It will apply only for that particular character W. It will apply only for the W. If you want to increase the font size, then you can define the font size. Size can be applied from 1 to 7 levels. Gradually from 1 to 7 levels, font size will be increased. From 1 to 7 levels, the font size will be increased. You can apply the font size from 1 to 7 levels. Gradually from 1 to 7 levels, it will increase. If you want more than that, then you have to use CSS. Initially, I defined by default it is 3. By default, it will be 3. That means if you apply 3, you will not see any change in the size. Suppose I defined as 6, then you can see the font size changes. Only for that character changes. So you can give, so for 7, if you want to change for entire sentence, then you have to enclose this font and keep that outside. That means you can see it will apply for entire. If you want only for that, so then you can keep here only for the W, and you can keep only for the W, it will apply only for that. And I am changing here, so as size as 8, and you can see there is no change in the size. I said some 82, there is no change in the size, because the font size can be applied only from 1 to 7 levels only. 4, then font size will decrease little bit. So 6, it will increase a little bit like this. So you can apply separate font color. How you can define the color for the font? Generally, to apply the color for the font, so we can just use the attribute color. Color is equal to, so which color? Suppose I said some red, so and it will apply that red color to that particular content. You can define the colors, you can configure the color and specify the color for the text. For font, so we have these options. Initially, we are applying the color by using the color name. Later, we will learn about various techniques of colors. How you can define the color by using color codes, color names, and other options, we will see that. Initially, we are using the color names. We saw background color also, we can apply by using this. This is font related options. In font, we have face, we have size, and we have color. Font face, which font family you want to apply, and the color, so what color you want to use for the font, so which color for the font. Size, from 1 to 7 levels we can apply. You can put for entire paragraph, you can put for a single character, a word, your wish. It depends on where you close that particular font option. So these are the basic font related options. Next, we have in the text formatting, we have font styles and effects. For font styles and effects, we have options like B. B is for bold, and I is for italic, and U for underline, and the strike is for strikeout, and SUP for superscript, and SUB for subscript. These are the font styles: bold, italic, underlines, strikeout, superscript, subscript. These are font styles and font effects. But actually, for some of them, we have two important options available. Generally, what happens is in development, when you are designing a page, suppose, so you are a developer and you are designing some HTML page. You are designing in the HTML page design. Suppose you have, after you designed, you have your team lead, some team lead, and this team lead is verifying the page that you have designed. The team lead is verifying the page that you have designed. That means the page that you have designed, it is verified by your team lead. That means actually now, is he designing the page? What do you say? Is he designing the page? Is your team lead designing again the page? He is not designing the page. He is reviewing the page. That means HTML page will have two stages. It will have two stages. One is design, another one is review. In design, you will prepare everything. In review, so anybody, so maybe in the review team, they will verify everything you defined according to requirement or not. If anything is missing, they will highlight that and they will send back to you. That means now we need some code for reviewing. Some code for reviewing. For designing, we need a code. For reviewing, we need a code. We need some indication. We have to tell the developer that here I made some highlight. I made some changes. You please check them and update them. We need to tell that. That can be done by using a special elements, by using some set of special elements. Actually, I will show you a real world general concept. Suppose we have MS Word. This is MS Word. In MS Word, so in MS Word, okay, fine. In this MS Word software, so what we are doing is, yeah, in this MS Word software, show tabs, yeah. In this MS Word software, we designed something. That means in this MS Word software, we designed something. We are creating some options. That means suppose I designed some document, some welcome to HTML something. So this is a web page, something. I'm in MS Word, I designed a page, designed a document with 10-20 pages, some project documentation. After designing, I saved and closed it. Now, somebody opened that document and made some changes in that document. Means somewhere in a paragraph, some changes they have done. So now, is there any possibility that can I know where they have made the changes? What do you say? is there any possibility that can I know where they have made the changes? I'm talking about MS Word. You have any idea? So that means you designed a document and saved it. And after some time, somebody opened it, made some changes into the document. After making changes in the document, so is there any possibility that can you know where he made the changes? What do you say? In MS Word. So is there any possibility to know that where he made the changes? So actually, how you know that? Actually, for that, you have an option. In MS Word, you have an option, review. In the review, there is an option, track changes. When you select track changes in the review, then what happens is, whenever anyone deletes some text, then automatically it will give a strikeout. When anybody insert any text, then it will give underline. That means in review mode, strikeout underline means, in review mode, underline means what? In review mode, underline means what? In review mode, underline means what? That means something newly added, inserted. Am I right? Something newly inserted. Yes. So the point is, after that, what you can do, if you want, you can accept the changes or you can reject the changes. You have accept and reject the changes. Reject changes, whatever changes he made, they are gone. So this is a review mode actually. So HTML is also same. Generally, when we are designing a web page, HTML have two modes, design mode and review mode. So these are all the tags used in design mode. For highlighting the content, we use all this in the design mode. If you want to make change and you need to tell about the change in review mode, for bold, we use the word strong. Strong is same like bold, but it is done in review mode. It is same like bold, but it is done in review mode. So italic is done by using EM. EM is emphasized. Emphasized is also same like italic. INS is inserted and del is strikeout, deleted. These are the options available. That is the reason in many interviews they ask this question, what is difference between bold and strong? Because both appearance will be same. Bold and strong, both appearance will be same. Suppose I said B. So I will use here the tag B. This bold. And in the next line, I am using strong. So strong, I will use that strong and strong. And you can see that both bold and strong will have same appearance. Both bold and strong have same appearance. Then why you have two options? So that means the strong is used by the review people and bold is used by the design people. Review people will highlight by using strong and they will send to you. Finally, which one is recommended? Finally, when you are publishing your page, bold is recommended. So don't use strong while publishing. So always use strong, while defining in design. In development, you can review and you can design and you can report that. So strong is used to tell that, So we are highlighting in review mode. Similarly, I is for italic. If I write I is for italic. So I is for italic. That means bold italic. You can see it is bold and italic. Similarly, for italic, so in review mode, we have an option EM. EM is used for italic, emphasizing. You can see both are same. Similarly, for underline, so for underline, we use U for underline. So underline will come. And in review mode for underline, so we will use INS. INS is for underline. So inserted, we use for inserted. Right. So we have these two options to define. So bold, italic, underline, and strikeout. So strikeout is defined with the del. Strikeout is defined with the del. That means you can use strike. You can use strike as the word, and you can use del also. You can use del. So then it will be same. Strikeout and del both will be displayed in the similar way. So we highlight our content. So we manage our content in design mode and in review mode. In design mode one and in review mode another. So there is no problem in understanding this concept. So if anybody asks why we have two options, one is used for designing, another is used for reviewing. So for bold, we have strong, for italic, we have emphasized, for underline, we have INS, and for strikeout, we have del. So superscript, subscript are simple. Superscript is nothing but you can raise the character position from the baseline. Generally, superscript, subscript is nothing but, suppose I said, so 5th anniversary, something like this. And here I want to raise this TH from the baseline up. Then we can keep this TH. We can keep this TH in superscript. TH in superscript. It will be superscript raised from the baseline. It will be raised from the baseline. And the subscript lower from the baseline. Suppose I am writing like H2O and I want this 2 lowered from the baseline. Then only for that 2 we can define the option subscript that is lowered from the baseline. That is superscript, subscript. For complex mathematical equations and options, later you will understand in advanced other options. There is a third part, there is a library called MathML. This MathML is responsible for providing the options. It is responsible for providing the options to create mathematical equations like this. If you want complex mathematical equations, then you can handle by using this MathML. But it is a foreign element. You have to include additional library for that. Initially, we can add simple options by using superscript and subscript. These are the options defined with the superscript and subscript. These are all font related options, font styles and effects. So we have font with font face, color and size. And we have font styles and effects, bold, italic, underline, strikeout, superscript, subscript. Actually, these are very commonly used in the websites. For example, see, suppose we will see where you can see this. Suppose you open some Flipkart. Okay, in this Flipkart, I go to the mobiles category. Okay, in the mobiles category, I click on any specific mobile. So I click on any specific mobile, and you get some information about this mobile. Now, these pictures we will see in the next level, how to add the pictures. But we want this kind of appearance, That means just this appearance, the red MI, and here we need these symbols icons. Only design on click performing some functionalities. All these things we can do later. So, but the design we need to achieve. Here you will see all the font styles working. So we have bold, so we have strikeout, so we have italics, so we have font styles, font colors. You can have a combination here. Suppose how you can design such content, how you can configure such content. So depending on the design, how you specify and create. Later we will put the images also, but before that you can design this. This is a simple approach to configure. Suppose I am defining like this, how we can design this. So you already have the Font Awesome library. So let's go in the head section. In the head section, we will link relation is equal to style sheet and href is equal to from fonts css all.css. And here I am designing a div. And for this div, this is the div. And for this div, you can give an ID because there can be several divs. I will give an ID container. So container is an ID for this particular div. Now in this div, in this container div ID, I am adding so two other divs. This is one and this is another div. Two divs are present. That means now I want to split this container into two columns. Split into two columns. I want to split that into two columns. Later, when we put picture, we can divide into three columns. As of now, I want to divide this into two columns. So how you apply the style? So for this container, it is having an ID. So in style, if you want to apply to any element which is having an ID, that ID can be defined by using hash. Hash is used for accessing the ID. ID element container, we have to write like this. Hash refers to ID because if I write div, it will apply for every div. Now, if there are many divs, then if you want to apply for only specific, then we will use ID. Later in CSS, you will learn all the selectors concept. So many selectors are present. By using those selectors, you can apply only to the content that you want, only to the content that you want. Here currently, this container should display grid. Now, grid template columns. One is left side. I want 8 columns, 8 fractions, and right side 4 fractions. Like this, I am designing. That means now 2 columns are divided. One will be 8 columns and another one will be 4 columns. 8 fractions and 4 fractions, or you say 9 fractions and 3 fractions. Out of 12, you have to share. Because right side also we need to keep content. I can define like this. Okay. Now you see here. So this is our page. Currently it is empty. Nothing is present inside this page. Now right side, I want to display these lines. So that means it is 10,000. So and strike out 25% off like this. Then what we will do is in the right column. So this is the second one, right column. Second div is the right column. In this right column, so we are defining again a div. In this we said, so font. So font size we defined as some 5. And we kept bold, B, that is for bold. And font face, so we defined as Arial. Arial is the font face. and bold. And here we write ampersand hash 8377 semicolon. That is for Indian currency symbol. And here we defined 10 and how much, that is 10499. So 499, like this we define. Now let's save this, and you can see that this is the design here we are having. That is the design we are having. So it is configured that this way. Actually, this is the original size. Actually, this is the original size, 100%. That is the original size. So because the number of columns that we divided, right side I kept it like this. Now this is the right side option we configured. Whatever the font style you want, you can define it. Images we will see later. And below that, it is actual cost is 13,999. And we need to show in a strikeout effect. Then how we define in the next line. So in the next line, that means use another div. And here we will put strike. Strike will keep a strikeout. So here ampersand hash 8377 semicolon. And I defined here as 13, so 999. That is the strikeout. That means it will keep the text and it will strike out the text. And for this also, if you want, you can apply a separate font. That means I defined a font and the font face. So face is equal to some Arial. That is the font face we defined. It will be like this. You can keep for all the divs in the same appearance, but according to your requirement, that is how you find it. You can change the color for that particular text. So that means you applied the font and you can keep here as color. Color is equal to gray. Then it will apply that gray color to that. So the font defined here and 25% off. That means we are defining here just beside that, in the same div, again we are using a font and we are defining 25% off. And the font color is equal to green, and the font is defined and it will display in this way. And you can change the font, so face is also Arial like that, and it will display in this way. Initially, that is the option we defined, and suppose we want some space. Of course, you know that additional spaces are defined like this. So you want some space, and you can add additional space, ampersand NBSP semicolon, non-breakable space. That means a character space will come for the text to display beside it.